What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to everybody. Welcome to the Sports Chasers Podcast. We're live and direct on our YouTube channel, coming to you every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. We give you sports, unadulterated, no hot takes, none of that stuff, as our announcer said. Hey, as y'all can see, we got a new intro. We got my man Dan K in there now.
Dan K.
Dan, what's up? Dan, we're gonna start with Dan. Dan, what's up, brother? How you doing today?
Oh, it's been a long 2 days. I'm tired of shit. But shout out to Morris Jenkins coming through in the time of need. Love you guys. Let's get rolling.
Sounds like Morris Jenkins needs to write us a check.
Hey, they helped my ass out.
So you're gonna be right, Dan writing them a check. So
Yeah, a nice one too.
What's the jingle deal? You'll have good heat or whatever it is. I forgot what it is. The jingle. DA, what's up, brother? DA's fired up, man. He was fired up before we got on. DA, what's up, brother?
It's a hard week, brother. Hard week. Getting old. I got no patience, man.
Okay. All right. Well,
watching TV altogether. So.
Well, we told you. TV and TikTok. We told you. D-Dub got his Men in Black on. I don't know what he got going on over there. What you got?
Yeah, man. We'll
Something like that. Just switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
I'm trying to quit.
What?
Trying to get this popping. No.
Just got him in smoke. I mean, the angry one will not be with us tonight. Mike Mills will be with us shortly. He'll talk a little college football with us tonight, man. But like I said, college football. That's it. Yeah, college basketball. We're done with college football. Basketball, We'll talk about. Some things again. We'll talk about the N.F.L. and Divisional Round predictions. I think last week, I think all of us went 4-1. I think nobody picked the Cowboys to win.
No. I went 4-2. I lost 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I went 5-1, I believe.
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys to lose. So, we'll get into that. Dan's got hockey tonight. I'll do a little bit of N.B.A. basketball. The N.B.A. still got a lot of offense.
Yeah,
and not a lot of defense. So we'll go to that. But hey, I'm gonna start off. Let's start off with we didn't get a chance, of course, to cover it the other day because we don't come on Tuesdays unless something happens. But just had to cover it real quick. The Cowboys defeated the Buccaneers on the other night, on Monday night. That was the first time they did a Monday night, I think, playoff game.
Is it? That's the first one?
I think that's the first time they did that or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was crying all day about how long. With Dallas, in 2 days they don't get to sleep.
Stop! I don't want
that. I did hear that a little bit today.
Stop! It's the same shit. What are we talking about?
But let me just jump into this game real quick.
Yeah.
The Cowboys defeated the Buccaneers 31-14. Tom Brady looked really old. Tom Brady really did not want no smoke from the Dallas pass rushing, and you can see it. Dak Prescott was I'm sorry, hold on. Dak Prescott had no.
He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. as
against the old team,
like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
against
they were bad. Like the other team was really bad, man.
Yeah.
So,
Even with the kicker missing extra points. Jesus.
yeah.
I don't think I ever seen that in all my life.
Listen,
in a playoff game.
Look, man.
Go ahead, DA.
Stuff happens.
We'll clap it up. Dallas, man. Look, good win. They were kicking on. I mean, I guess all cylinders. I guess this game they'll maybe we'll play a team that punches back. That's it.
I mean,
nothing else.
Right. They did what they were supposed to do. Tampa Bay was a bad team.
A bad team in a bad division. A 8-9 team.
We talking about an 8-9 team. So
Dak was 25 of 33, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns. Pollard had 15 carries and 77 yards, and Ezekiel Elliott had 13 of 27. Prescott also had a rushing TD, that bootleg to the left, which looked really great. But as the guys alluded to, that Dallas beat a bad N.F.L. team who made the playoffs by pretty much default in the NFC South, because everybody else was not good in the NFC South. So there it is. Me and DW even said, hey, from now on, if your team wins the division, they got to win the division in order for you to host a home game for your division. If you win it, you got to at least have a winning record. And
you think
it just didn't look good. Dan, go ahead. You had something to say on this game real quick, and we'll go to the other items.
Yeah, just, like you're saying, Tampa Bay was just awful. And somebody snuck into Brady's uniform because that was not him. He looked awful. But my kind of point to what you were saying, hosting a game and you have a shitty-ass record, my thing is do away with division champions going to the playoffs. Take the top 8.
Yeah.
Just take the top 8.
Yep.
And figure it out from there. Because that way, at least you have good teams, winning teams, mostly, in the playoffs. There's some good teams that didn't make it, because of that.
You got a whole bad division, man. They just need to be wiped off the planet for this year.
But I enjoyed the Cowboys, beating them up like that. Just now, every Cowboy fan in America has got false hopes when they play San Francisco because they basically played a college team on Sunday or Monday.
So let's tap into real quick about the Buccaneers. Bad team. We keep talking about Brady did not play well. Brady looked like he had happy feet. Anytime they got back there, Brady just threw the ball away. The Buccaneers, in my opinion, never ever got the run going or were committed to the run. Brady passed how many times? 66 something times. You do that, man. That's yep. He was 35 or 66.
God, way too much. That's way too much.
Go ahead, D.
For a 45-year-old guy, man, come on, man. That's a lot. So it is what it is, and I agree with Dan with that wasn't Brady. No, it was. It's just he's old. So and at some time it got to come to an end. And I think this is it for him. I think he probably should have did it a year earlier, but I think all this stuff.
No, the party is going to Las Vegas, I think.
You think he's going? I don't know.
He's not retiring.
I don't care.
After everything he gave up, he ain't retired.
I mean, listen, the guy. Again, everything has to be perfect for this guy. He has to have a offensive line that's, and I don't see no team that's perfect. So he could go if he wants to, but to LA.
That's the problem
Las Vegas.
With these old dudes still playing sports. They got to have a perfect team around them to win 4 games.
Does it sound familiar? It sounds familiar.
But no, you got to have it to win.
Again, sounds familiar. So I've seen it in another sport where you have to have the perfect team.
You just can't do it, man.
And it's not,
I just can't.
So when we talk about greatness,
I don't think it's fair to the the fan base, and everybody else on the team, man, because you got to be perfect. Like you can't let a blocker get past you if Tom Brady's behind you because he doesn't run.
No, he's a statue.
You got to always get out your breaks and beat your guy. Dog, there were times back in the days where maybe Edelman didn't beat his guy, but Brady had the arm there where he would fit something in, and try to make it happen.
I'm glad you said that. So, I'm glad you say that because Monday night you seen the ball was going down to the ground. He could not get that ball to the receiver like he used to. There's no zip on that ball.
No zippers, it ain't shit. What's that?
Nothing. The ball, he just doesn't have it. I'm sorry. Anybody looking at that game, you've seen the same thing. There's nothing about, if only we had. No, he doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. It's over.
Not going to have it.
It's over. But
he's not going to have it.
So let me go to this story here from Josh Alper of NBC Sports. Rick Stroud of Tampa Bay Times reports that the Bucs have fired Byron Leftwich. That move was widely expected after the Bucs finished 25 in points scored during the regular season and flamed out offensively again in their playoff loss to the Cowboys. Stroud reports that the team is parting ways with a number of other assistants as well. DA brought that up earlier in our production meeting. It's a steep fall for Leftwich, who was up for head coaching jobs at this point last year and was reportedly in the talks for the job with the Jaguars before they pivoted to Doug Peterson. I believe he actually turned down the Jaguars job, if I'm not mistaken. He turned it down to come back.
He couldn't get his guys over.
Right, correct.
His GM.
General manager and things of that nature. Correct. Yes. So as DA and D-Dub alluded to, folks listening, Tom Brady has to have a perfect team around him in order to be perfect, I guess, and win. And that takes a toll, and that takes a lot. And look what happened.
And I don't even think that's just to be perfect. I just think it's he need to have a perfect team this year to win like 9 games, man. Like, it's hard. Everybody else is getting better too, man. Like, I'm not sure what these talking heads on TV even think about. Everybody else is trying to get better as well. So, with that being said, would you think no one else is practicing? So,
right.
So yeah. So there's a lot that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Look, everybody else is trying to get better too every year. So, we're just not going to sit there and wait for you to get old and still beat us. Like, that's not going to happen.
And also, I don't see how Leftwich is the problem all of a sudden.
A lot of it was injuries. They had a ton of
injuries.
Thank
you. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
The whole damn offense is injured. Okay, so
they're all old.
Didn't Leftwich help win championship when they came
2 years ago, man?
2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, man. Listen,
boy, I tell you,
drives a car 30 years of his life.
All of a sudden, Leftwich
he comes in this year, he can't drive a damn car no more. He don't know how to drive it. Yeah, listen, maybe the car wasn't running this year. Maybe the parts
needed a tune-up.
Needed a tune-up.
Some shocks, some tires.
Something. Maybe didn't need everything.
An alignment.
Needed something.
But then again, this is what happens in the NFL, and we talk about this. This constant switching. I mean, come on, man. This guy won a championship.
Yeah, that's true. Let me move on here. So we'll get to the predictions here. We'll talk about next week's games here in a little bit. Because yes, they're talking about the Cowboys a lot and the Niners, they haven't played. But let me get to before DA shakes his head. Let me get to this story here. The AFC, the Baltimore Ravens. This is from Yahoo Sports from Noah Trista. He says, shortly before the Baltimore Ravens coach and general manager met with reporters to wrap up the season, offensive coordinator Greg Roman's agency announced that he was stepping away to pursue other opportunities. It was the first big move for what could be the league's most intriguing team this offseason. The question obviously is whether the next coordinator will have Lamar Jackson at quarterback. General Manager Eric DeCosta said at Thursday's news conference that the team will start negotiating again with Jackson, who has reached the end of his rookie contract. I'll start with D-Dub because D-Dub was really on the Baltimore Ravens today. What you think of this move with the Ravens, with Greg Roman pursuing other opportunities?
I think the handwriting's on the wall. I think they're gonna shake up the whole. I mean, I've heard what's his name, John Harbaugh. He says Lamar's our guy. I mean, it's par for the course. He's going to say that, but I don't know. There's just so much. You got to make sure you got to secure him. Roman gone. I don't know. I think there's a lot of Harbaugh's been there. What? How long he's been there? He's been there since 2008. So he's been there for a long time. I don't know. They're gonna have to shake. I think they're gonna have to shake stuff up. If they're gonna franchise tag Lamar,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Even if they do that, they trade. They're gonna try to trade. And I heard trades to Miami. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I'm not. Miami's not gonna give up neither one of those wide receivers. Not for Lamar. I don't see it happening. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna get my popcorn and wait and see.
DA, go ahead, sir.
I think he'll be back. I think they'll franchise him. I don't think they'll trade for him because it's too high of a price. I think they want him there because if we use our analogy of a car, that car has been customized so much to run that it'll take you 2-3 years to get rid of those shocks. It's got an air ride system in it that don't no one use. You got the fuzzy dice in the mirror and the seats are doing right. So it's real custom out there in Baltimore, and it's real hard, man. To get rid of all those custom parts, man, because not everybody wants, dualies, on a car that's not supposed to have, a dually on the back. You got different tubes and the exhaust is this way, and so with that being said, I think they'll probably hold on to him because he's a great quarterback. I think they should just, like I said, had they done this earlier, there wouldn't have been a guaranteed contract for him to go up against and want. Had they did this 2-3 years ago, when they should have, when he won the MVP, then there wouldn't have been the thing. Oh, I want what Deshaun Watson got, because he got his money 2-3 years ago. This is what happened when you're cheap, man. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So whatever Baltimore gets is what they deserve.
So you say that's a fair, and that's a great point, DA. I didn't even look at it from that point. Had the Ravens come with all the fairness, you're right. Because now he's looking at, I want Watson's money. I want Kyler Murray, and whether we and I've heard this all week. Oh, they should be looking at, Baltimore, they're a business too, and I get it, but Baltimore messed up. Like you just said, that just came to me, D. Thank you, D, for DA for bringing that out. They should have started the market price themselves, so he can't come back and say, like, "Hey, man, we gave you what the market price was at the beginning. We had nothing to do with what the Browns give and what Arizona gives, because at the end of the day, the Browns and Arizona are where they at, right, organizational wise, because they keep on doing dumb stuff like that.
Bad.
It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been done.
Right.
It wouldn't have mattered. If you'd have paid the kid after he won an MVP, come on, man, let's keep it real. Every other fucking football quarterback that wins the MVP, if they're in the middle of a contract, they get another contract. You don't have to negotiate after you win an MVP. All right? That was 2-3 years ago. Goff got money for doing nothing. Less. Went to Super Bowl and lost.
That's a whole fact.
Carson Wentz got money. 2 years in. Come on, man. The dude won MVP. They should have paid him. They were cheap, and they fucked themselves. That's it. End of the day. They got that when your wife comes to you later on, like, listen, I told you should have just paid the guy. That's exactly what you got.
That's a good one, D. Yeah.
That's exactly what you got. They should just pay them.
You know? That's a drop the mic moment. Yeah. Should have just paid him. Dan, who's about dying over there. Dan, this is in your division with the Steelers. Your thoughts on the whole Lamar, Greg Roman, all this?
Well, I think I'm going to have a different opinion, I think, than most here, because I think the fuckery is going to continue. You take in the guy that designed the offense for Lamar resigns. So now you got to bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
You know, how many people run that type of offense?
Not a lot.
So is he going to be wanting to come back to play for them?
Probably.
2, Baltimore's cheap. They don't
Very
pay.
cheap.
They've always been cheap.
Yeah, so they're not going to give him that guaranteed money. I, in my hearts of hearts, he's either a franchise and plays one more year and goes somewhere else, or they trade him this year. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Atlanta.
Interesting.
I haven't heard Atlanta. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Home Depot.
Blank spends money.
Home Depot. Yeah.
That's a good one, Dan, because I didn't think about blank. Blankety blank spends a lot of blank.
Good job, Dan, on that one. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
You got a lot going on there, and it's just not getting him signed. You need to get somebody that can run the offense that suits him.
And not only that, and they got young wide receivers, so they don't have to pay nobody. Now, they got a bunch of rookies. One coming off a rookie season, and he's pretty good. The London kid.
Yeah. So we're gonna spin the wheel one more time here and see if we get $1 on the Price is Right. So, what happens if Derek Carr decides he wants to play for Baltimore?
Dan is the host and moderator. There you go.
I'm just thinking, like the big name quarterbacks that are out there.
Yeah,
that's not going to cost what Lamar's going to want.
Not at all. Yeah.
So and then you can like right now they're on the train tracks, and the offensive quarter it can't get off that track because that's what their team's built for. Now you get rid of Lamar and bring in a traditional quarterback, then you got a whole bunch of more candidates that you can bring in there.
Yeah, a lot more you can do too as a team.
So it'll be interesting. It wouldn't surprise me if they franchise him and he stays there. But at the other side of that coin is I could really see him going somewhere else. And Baltimore moving him for a bunch of picks.
Got you. Let me throw this caveat to you. So I mentioned a couple of quarterbacks. And this is just something for information. And we on this show, we are not at all about hating anybody getting your money. Get your money, because we all about getting our money on this panel. Absolutely. Get the paper. And it's all. In the NFL though, I read a stat yesterday. A couple of teams, five or six teams, where their quarterback took about 33% of the salary cap of the salary, and guess where they're at? They're at the house.
Yeah.
Let's throw another one in there.
Go ahead.
What about Aaron Rodgers? What if they decide they're going to go young and go with Jordan Love? They're not going to pay him that kind of money to watch, so they're going to end up moving him if that's the way they go.
Yeah, that's the only thing is that they owe him that 67. So whether they got to pay him or somebody else got to pay him, 67 got to be paid to that man next year, or 40 something, whatever it is. The number.
And he's a perfect example of what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He got his money.
He took the money,
and then he started complaining. Young receivers and all that. Well, sir, you got to pick one or the other. Are you going to take the bag and carry the bag?
Carry the team. Not just the bag. You got to carry the team.
Or you gonna do something cost friendly or whatever for the team so they can get more pieces. It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
But you got to make a decision. And when you make the decision, just live with it.
That's it.
Because, like I said, there's 5. Kyler Murray took the bag.
Russell Watson.
Russell Wilson. Oh my God, Denver's in trouble for.
They're handcuffed.
Yeah, they're handcuffed.
They're back. They're at the back of the patrol car right now.
Yes. Read them their rights. Correct. Denver. Who else? I just said Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, the Browns. If you want to, again, it's not up to the players to say no. It's up to the owners to say no.
Yeah.
DA, I'm learning. I'm learning, sir. Oh, great Jedi Knight. I'm learning.
Yeah, all right, look. Don't want them, don't pay them. If you don't want them, don't pay them. like who it was you, Darren, said eggs is $7 a dozen. If you're gonna spend that $7 motherfucking dollars, that would be on you, dumbass. You can do without eggs till the price goes down.
Okay, what Mike?
Yeah,
what
you're
Michael
not getting
said?
the bacon and milk with that either.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. Thank you.
If you can't feed the baby, then don't have the baby.
Baby. And don't think maybe
Don't
if you
think
can't feed the
maybe.
baby. You'll be always crying, hustling, stealing, lying.
That's what the great Michael Jackson said.
Because that baby's slowly dying. You want to be starting something. You got to be starting something.
The reality is, like you said, right? The team has to, and it's funny, and we I don't think we'll go into this, but we laugh about the old school teams that do things in a specific way, but this is why you don't have the Steelers usually having these issues, unless it was Ben. I think Ben was the only guy ever tried to hold Pittsburgh, for hostage.
For hostage. Look how long it's been. Look how long it's been, D. It hasn't been.
I mean,
Pittsburgh never have these issues.
Well, yeah. Ben should have got the fuck. They should have got rid of Ben.
They waited too long. They waited 1 year too long.
Well, y'all talking about Steelers.
I'm like,
but I think the backup. I think the backup quarterbacks at the time weren't good.
Was it good enough? Yeah.
So it's good. If there was a Kenny Pickett then there, Ben Ash should just bounce, man.
That's why it's their business to
draft. They didn't have a Kenny Pickett. They had a
correct.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
But that's why it's your business as a team to look down the road, and that's
Landry
the problem.
Jones.
They don't look down the line. You got to look at every year. You got to look even in the beginning of the year. You're supposed to be looking down the road to see what can happen, what you got, what you don't have. I mean,
now they had homeboy that was just playing for the Titans.
Oh, Dobbs.
Yeah. I'm serious, man. I like him, man.
But he never really got a chance. But going back to, since you were talking about my Steelers, we had young receivers and we had a young quarterback, but we still had the same record as Green Bay.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you waste all the money on one person, you don't have anything. So we're at the luxury now that we got Pickett on a rookie deal.
Rookie deal.
Pickens isn't on a rookie deal. Deontay Johnson might play one more year, or he might be done after this year. It'll be tough to see what they do with him. But they got a couple young tight ends that are really good. You got Najee Harris under his rookie contract. So they were smart. They're like, look, we don't have the offense right now. We can't blow teams out, or we can't score a ton of points. So what they do, they paid all the defensive guys so that they could stay in games and keep them close. It was a rocky start last year. Mitch did his best, but, the offensive line was young, no chemistry. But that's kind of like where the Steelers are. So by the time that they got to pay Harris, Pickett, Pickens, and all these guys,
2 years.
Then that'll be the end of probably Mika's career.
Yeah.
Or maybe even TJ. Just depends on his injuries. It depends on his injuries. But they played the shell game. They moved the money to what they need at the moment.
Smart though.
And when they got to pay the offensive guys, then we're going to have some no names playing cornerback.
That don't mean they ain't good though.
Yeah, I mean it's just the way it is.
But that's where like when we talk about, and we'll do this in the off season, but that's where I believe that scouting And those guys on your team are the most important dudes for any organization. Because you know what the Jets don't have to do? Pay Sauce Gardner for 5 years. He's going to be a Pro Bowler for the next 5 years. He's in the Pro Bowl this year as a rookie. And he'll be there in the next 5 years.
Yep.
For free. For the free.
Capology.
Yeah.
Learn about it if you're going to be a GM. Let me
free.
Two other football items. D-Dub, you wanted, since we're talking about the Ravens, John Harbaugh. Go ahead.
I mean, my thing with John, they got to get the situation together, man. John Harbaugh hasn't. What's that record that I had mentioned? 2 in his last 2 playoff games in the last 10 years.
Yep.
Is that correct? I mean, yep. I think with all this going on, he has to get some type of held responsible with what's going on with this team, because you still at the end of the day are the coach. You made the decision to have Mr. Dobbs go over the line, and that's your decision. Yeah, he didn't make it, but that's your decision to, instead of handing the ball off. I think he gets away with not getting criticism over these years, and he's only won one Super Bowl. So, I'm just saying.
But one Super Bowl worth 10 years, man. Easy. Worth 10 years.
And you got to understand what division they're in and who they play on the regular, and the stability that they have at the head coach.
It's stable.
So they're trying to, emulate the same things, because that's a winning franchise. It's stability, whether it comes from the owners, your GM, your head coach. If you have stability in that, you can change coordinators.
That's a fact, but I just think that he goes unscathed with no criticism. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying not to fire the dude. I'm just saying that he just.
Well, I'm sure he gets torched in the Baltimore news.
Yeah, I'm sure they get him there. I also think that he too needs to be. Well, it's not his personality per se, but sometimes he needs to be a little bit more committal on some things. But he is a CEO, right? And I worked Fortune 500 companies my whole life, and CEOs are not committal. Those are the guys that can say the speech and say a lot of something, but absolutely say nothing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, where are we at? Nothing is different. And we don't believe anything's different about that situation than we thought a month ago. They're not going to let Lamar go. They're going to probably franchise him for 2 years, right? And if they have to, 1 year is probably what they would want to do, so they can kind of set up the infrastructure to bring in another quarterback. And because like Dan said, if you bring in a new offensive coordinator, then this guy has to be a guy that does what Lamar does, right? Now, that being said, I don't think Lamar does anything much different than anybody else does nowadays, right? Because everybody's athletic, right? So there are 5 quarterbacks in the right now that run the read option that are in the playoffs right now. Right, I think only Purdy and Joe Burrows does it, right? Because I've seen Mahomes run it, Hurts runs it, Jones does it, Allen does it. So Dak does it. Everybody does it. So it's not like you're bringing in someone. The thing is, they need a guy that can help Lamar. And it's not the throwing at me, because I think he throws the ball good now. It's just there's something missing. There's just something missing. Because when he has a high-powered offense, the defense isn't right. When he has a high-powered defense, the offense isn't right. Mm-hmm. So they have to figure out a way to kind of bring everything back to the delta, to the middle.
They need balance.
Play. Yeah, they have to bring things back to the middle. from a financial and player perspective. So you may have to get rid of some names and, scout and get some kids that can really just play that you don't know from anywhere. So I think that's kind of what they need to do. So,
Gotcha. Let me talk about his brother real quick. Sorry, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh it's been said that he's going back to Michigan after it looks like nobody
is nobody breaking down the doors for him? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
I do not recall.
Yeah, I do not recall. I do not. Tell him.
So he's going back home, huh? I'm coming home.
Yeah, he's going back home.
He's going back home.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.
Shout out to Jim Patrick. Yeah. Jim is returning. Looks like he didn't have no suitors or whatever. The reports are out that he called the Panthers. David Tepper didn't call them. He was like, "Nah, we good over here.
We ain't trying to check for you."
But I can see it. College guys. They might get the itch and go back, feel a little bit more comfortable. So,
good job.
What'd you say?
I don't know why you want to leave it.
Yeah, that's it.
That job is that head coach in the college town. Based on the way I see it, man, there's no better job. You run everything. You got to put up with some inconveniences, but we all do. But come on, man. You beat Ohio State twice in a row. You're good. You are good, man.
Yep.
You just got to get your booster to get that NIL popping like they do in the SEC, and maybe you can win some games.
Right.
Yeah, but is he going to get suspended for a few games? Maybe some sanctions?
Do what you got to do. Yeah.
The whole thing is he's impeding the investigation.
Yeah.
Because he don't remember anything.
That's right. He said, I cannot recall.
I bet you he remembers TCU.
Damn. That was low. Low, damn. That was low.
Dan, since I'm gonna give it to you so I can go to hockey. If you got anything else on Jim Harbaugh, gee whiz.
Go ahead, Dan. It's on you, Dan. I'm done. I'm absolutely finished.
Dan, what we got for hockey, man? My Rangers were losing to the Bruins last time I checked.
Yeah, they still down 2-0.
Igor's getting lit up a little bit.
A wee bit.
Yeah. Oh, he snowed him for the second goal. I wonder if they call that back. Nope. The dude went to stop in front of the net and sprayed snow on Sisterkin when the shot was coming. Wow. and it went right past him. No, we'll get in real quick. We'll just go through the top 10 of the power rankings or whatever. Not a lot of change here, and then get into some of the teams. But Boston's still your number one team, which we just talked about in the Garden, beating up on the Rangers. No singing tonight, boys. Number 2 is Carolina. Number 3, they have Tampa. They've been playing well of late. Toronto's 4. Jersey's 5. Dallas is 6. Winnipeg 7. Knights are 8th. They kind of dropped a few spots. They kind of cooled off a little bit. And then number 9, we got the Seattle Kraken, which
that's crazy.
They've been playing really well. I mean, they cooled off a little bit, but they played, I don't know, they won 9 or something road games in a row, which is crazy. And then they got the Rangers at number 10.
Here we go.
But here's the crazy shit. Boston has played 44 games. They've lost 5 times.
35-5. Jesus Christ.
35-5 and 4 overtime losses.
Yep.
They have 74 points in 44 games.
January 19th. Yes.
I mean, just crazy. And then Carolina, they kind of cooled off. Because Boston right now is 8-1-1 in their last 10. Carolina's 5-3-2. They're in second in the East with 62 points. And then you got the gaggle of Toronto, Jersey, Tampa, all within 61 points, 59 points. But yeah, the other crazy thing with Boston is their goals for and against, they're plus 75 goals.
Wow.
75. The next highest team is Dallas at 35. So they got them double.
Wow.
Yeah, they're playing on an unreal level right now.
And Boston, if I'm not mistaken, they lost in the second round to Carolina, correct? Was it the second round or first round?
Might have been the first.
First round, okay.
Whatever, Lackey. But
you see that, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Brother Lackey, man. Thank you, man. Dan's new name.
leave me alone, Napoleon. But actually, tonight is actually a fairly decent night for games. So you got Boston and New York playing. You got Winnipeg and Toronto playing against each other. You got Minnesota and Carolina playing against each other. You got Nashville and St. Louis playing, and then New York Islanders and Buffalo playing. And then we got some stinkers. You got Chicago and Philly playing. That's doesn't matter. But actually, Philly's been actually playing well. I don't know. I'll get into my buddy here in a minute.
Oh, God.
And then you got Columbus and Anaheim playing, which is But later on, you got Tampa and Edmonton, and you got Seattle and New Jersey playing. That should be a good game in Seattle. But yeah, the Torts, he's at it again. So I saw this. I can't even remember where, but he banned the iPads from the bench.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. During the game, you can pull up the iPad and kind of see what happens. See what happened. And he's like, "That's done and over with. We don't give a shit what happened. You need to worry about your next shift." So he banned him. He banned them from having him on the bench.
All right, Dan. Listen, I can understand with Tort. Well, no. Yeah, nah. That's kind of old. Yeah, he's stupid for that.
Yeah, why? I
mean, because your next shift is coming up anyways. Not only they're watching the fucking a soap opera, you're checking for a second, see what happened, boom, put it back.
And I will say this.
Go ahead.
They didn't have those like 10 years ago.
No, of course
not. No, I agree. Yes.
So to his point is quit worrying about what you could have done.
Yes.
And worry about what you can do. And he's old school. Like if you haven't figured that out when he bag skate the team in preseason and all that other good stuff, trying to kill guys on the first day. He's just a straight shooter, no BS. Hard work gets you playing time. And if you don't play well, you don't play. So it doesn't matter what you're watching on the iPad. It don't
How
matter.
long is this going to last though with Tortorelli though? For real. With how kids are now, how this generation is now. How long is that shit going to last? Go ahead. DA had a question. Go ahead, DA.
No, I'm giving him the one.
Oh,
he got one more year like Public Enemy. One. Hoo-ha!
They're 8-2 in their last 10.
Okay.
So if they keep winning, he will stay around.
Yeah.
But if they shit the bed, he's going to be the scapegoat because he's already pissed off a bunch of players. Like, I don't think Kevin Hayes thinks too fondly of him.
And you start taking away their iPads.
I think. Listen, man, he went hard on them early in the season. Went hard on them in camp.
That didn't mean nothing. But you taking away that iPad.
They may nick out. We call them nicking out, where they get tired and they can no longer finish games or finish the season because it will. It does. Listen, man.
Thibodeau out.
Yes. Fatigue is for real. It's a real thing. So
and maybe they get better. They get better towards the end of the season because now they are conditioned.
Yes.
And like I said, it's going to depend on how they play the rest of the way. They can.
So they're 6 points out. It looks like now from the last playoff spot as I looked at these standings, the young Flyers. So
they get there.
Yeah, but you gotta put this in a little bit of perspective.
Go ahead.
They're chasing the Islanders, the Panthers, Buffalo. All three of those teams, if they can get the chemistry right and get on a run, yeah. So, yes, they're playing better, but they got an uphill battle because you still got Pittsburgh and Washington ahead of those teams. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, but they're not. Yeah, they're not. They're going to be there. Those two will be there. They got the other three in front that they got to catch one of to make it.
So they got to leapfrog four teams to get in, and they're 6 points behind. So, I mean, like I said, we'll see how he coaches and how he does, and then how the team performs. And if they, like I said, if they keep winning, he'll still be there.
Then you have one more year of your favorite coach, man.
Yep. Oh, I love the dude.
So that's all.
Because he's old school and he tells it the way it is.
Oh yeah, well, no one else.
Because I remember I forget if it was TNT or ESPN that he was commentating on, and I think it was the goal against your Rangers that Ziegler has flipped the puck up over the net, and Sonny Milano, I think it was at the time, batted the puck out of midair into the net, and he about lost his mind, like people pulling stunts like that, or the Michigan type goals. Yeah. That will get you on the bench with him in a heartbeat. I don't care how good you are.
You don't like the tricks, that's all.
But we got some cool stuff coming up here in the near future. We got the All-Star Weekend coming up. Was it February 3rd through 4th? I believe it's not Tampa. It's got to be Florida.
It's down in Sunrise, Florida. It's in South Florida.
Yeah, yes. So you might be able to go catch out the skills challenges and stuff there, Warren, because there probably won't be many people.
Yeah. No,
I'm just saying. But then a couple weeks after that, here in Raleigh, they're going to have the outdoor game with the Caps playing the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're playing that in was it Carter Finley Stadium, NC State's football stadium.
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked into prices, but my daughter was telling me that they were a bit pricey because I was debating on going to that.
You got to walk 8 miles to the parking, so just know.
It's right across. It's right across the street from PNC, right? Where the Hurricanes actually play. It's on the other side of the parking lot. Shouldn't be too bad.
Well,
and then
you walk 8 miles.
I guess the other thing I wanted to touch on too is there's been talk now with some of the star players in the league about getting rid of the shootout. And I want to say, I think it might have been McDavid from Edmonton that was asked about it. And he's like, yeah, I'd rather you get rid of it and just extend the overtime a little longer. But there's not a world where one team doesn't win. They're not going to go back to ties. So I don't know how they can fix that. I mean, if you play 10 minutes 3-on-3, somebody's going to score. Unless you play keep away.
This is serious talk about that?
I think the players don't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't work in hockey
because it's a gimmick.
Yeah,
it's what you do at the end of practice.
But y'all told me this during the World Cup. You didn't say it was a gimmick.
That's soccer.
I'd rather see them play 9 hours than go to penalty kick.
Dang,
9 hours.
Well, think of this though. You got
$315.
Yeah, that's about right.
Son of a.
And you're going to need binoculars probably from that vantage point. Like the atmosphere and stuff would be cool, but the spectate the game. I liken it to football. Going to watch football live. I never really went to live football games when I was a kid, so my perspective was always TV first, and then went when I got older. And it's like half the time you don't know what the hell's happening. There's penalties and whatnot. Same thing kind of with hockey. If you're that far away, I think it'd be hard to keep up where the puck is, what's going
Pointless.
on.
It's pointless.
Yeah, I'd rather watch it on TV. But
Rather be at
I think the atmosphere and stuff would be really cool.
Yeah.
163. I just checked. It's 163 if you're going to the All-Star game in Sunrise, Florida. 163 for upper deck, 811 around Sunrise. So you can have at it. I'll apply for some media credentials.
Yeah, I was gonna say put your credentials in there.
Yeah,
that's right, Kevin.
But like
for the free.
Yeah. I think Crosby too. I think he was kind of lobbying for the same thing that McDavid's talking about: extend overtime and get rid of the shootout.
Well, the thing is, if there is no shootout, it's the chicken or the egg, right? So since there is no shootout, your overtime, you're playing harder to score. That's all. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, it depends too, though, because if you get down to like the last minute and a half and you got control of the puck and you're on the road, you may hold on to that puck and just try to get that tie. And that I know they don't want ties, so they got to come up with something. Like, I don't know, play 10 minutes, and if nobody scores, go 2-on-2.
Just keep on until somebody gets gassed and tired.
That's where the playoffs are the ultimate best, where you play until somebody puts the damn thing in.
Mm-hmm. It's at 9 hours.
Yeah, I've watched. Hey. What was it? I think it was the Flyers and the Penguins played. I fell asleep and woke up. I woke up in the fifth overtime. And watched Peter Nedved score
tonight. Yes,
boy, getting old.
That wasn't too long ago, right? That
was like getting old or something, boy.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago.
Hey, listen. You guys go to bed. I'm gonna watch the rest.
Yeah, they played like almost 3 games.
Got to go to work the next day. You all packed up.
Yeah, he's like, huh? No, I feel like I do now.
Work cursing everybody out.
Yeah,
hey, you want some coffee? Oh, goddamn coffee! Fuck out of here.
Then anything else? I see here where Stamkos got his 500. Steven Stamkos got his 500 regular season goal the other night. Passing. Well, he didn't pass anybody. Your thoughts on that, real quick?
Agreed, Vlad.
I was busy reading that. Excuse me, up in the corner. But what was the question again?
I said Stamkos got his 500th goal. Yes,
he's one of very few that scored their 500th goal while getting a hat trick. So he had a hat trick in that game to get number 500. I think Lemieux did it. Yager did it. I'm trying to think who else.
Yager's still playing,
but there was like, I think yeah, he is. He's playing for his own team over in the Czech league.
Jeez.
Oh, I know what the other thing I wanted to touch on real quick. So I saw this on one of the hockey feeds that I get, and it's basically the Mount Rushmore for most of the teams. Granted, Vegas and Seattle aren't on there because they haven't been, around that long.
Correct.
But I know you guys are Ranger fans, so I was going to ask what you thought of the Rangers 4. So we got Henrik Lundqvist, Brian Leetch, Mark Messier, and is it Rod Gilbert?
Oh, Rod Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yes. I thought it was possibly that was it.
Yeah.
But that's
hockey legend. He's a legend.
Yeah.
But that's the 4 they picked for you guys. And then I kind of agreed with I'm thinking like mostly like the older teams that I watched playing when I was a kid. But like the Islanders, I kind of agree with this one. You got Potvin, Trottier, Bossy, and Billy Smith.
Oh, that's hands down. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the other? So here's a little quinky dink. Here's a quinky dink. I think this is the only guy that's on here twice for 2 different teams. But back in the heyday of the Oilers, they got Gretzky, Messier, Coffey, and McDavid. Now, I know I'm going to get lambasted for this, and I don't care. Connor McDavid is a hell of a hockey player.
Sounds like a butt.
But
the other 3 won out. What was it? 4 straight cups.
Yeah.
What's he won? besides maybe a playoff series.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of like this going back to the N.B.A. 75. They're putting greatest players, putting people on there who's still playing. I don't agree with that. As DA says, let history tell the story. McDavid's story hasn't been told yet.
And that's my thing. It's like a lot of these names that are on here for all the different teams are guys that won cups. And, some of the, like Tampa Bay, they still got guys that are Stamkos, Hedman, Kucherov, and Martin St. Louis. So 3 of them are still playing. But
they're relatively
those were their best players when they started winning. For the longest time, they weren't that great. Like LeCavier, I could see him being on there because he was their captain and a big influence the first time they went to the Cup, I believe.
Right.
But I just thought it was, it was interesting. So you got, I can get down with this. You got Brodeur, Scott Stevens, Patrick Elias, and Scott Niedermayer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the 4. What about the Red Wings?
I was going to try to do the original 6.
Okay, go ahead.
So Detroit, you got Gordie Howe, Yzerman, Lidstrom, and Ted Lindsay.
Okay.
So I could get with that. And then you got Montreal, which this is kind of the opposite of some of these other ones. You got Maurice Richard, Jean Bellino, and Guy Lafleur, and Patrick Wall. So basically all theirs are, besides Wall, are like 70s.
Older. Yes.
Yeah. Like the 70s era. I'm trying to think. And then Boston, you got Bobby Orr, Ray Bourque, Eddie Shore, and Phil Esposito.
Is Patrick Wall on 2 teams?
For the Avalanche and
he should be Avalanche and
yeah, he is. Yeah. You got Sakic, Forsberg, Waugh, and Peter Stastny.
That's right.
And you said the Bruins had who? Esposito and who else?
Eddie Shore, Ray Bourque, and Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
And fans, if you don't remember, Esposito played with the Rangers also was a Rangers announcer for a long time. Phil Esposito, yeah.
And Buffalo's is kind of interesting too, because you got Dominik Hasek, Gilbert Perreault, Ryan Miller, and Pat LaFontaine.
LaFontaine.
They had
old school name.
Oh, yes.
So they had the two goalies on theirs. And then like Chicago, you got Stan Mikita, Bobby Hall, Tony Esposito, and Patrick Kane.
Okay.
That last spot. There's a lot of guys that could have took that last spot, man.
I was thinking Dennis Savard.
Yeah. A lot of dudes.
And then like Washington too. I thought they had some good players back in the day. Like I get Ovechkin, but like Backstrom, Bondra I can get with, and Rod Lackwood.
No, D. No, D. Not you there, Dan. I'm sorry. D-Dub sent something in this chat. Nope. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not clicking it. Like
no, don't.
It's got the magic word in it, and I don't.
It's gonna make you upset.
Nope.
Just that name.
This is Dan's moment. It's the hockey segment with Dan.
The name alone in that title is enough for me not to open.
Those all.
You just whoosh,
So
flush that down with the boot.
You did Chicago and.
But that's really all I had.
No, that was good, man. Thank you for that. That was.
Hold on. There's a team I'm thinking about. I'm trying to think. So we did the Whalers.
We didn't do the Whalers. No. So that
would be Carolina, correct?
Yeah, yes. Carolina / Hartford. But Ron Francis, Rod Brandamore, Eric Stahl, Cam Ward.
Did Ron Francis go? Cam Ward. That's it. Did Ron Francis? Did he move with the team? Did he move to Carolina, or he was only in Hartford?
No. So we fleeced Hartford back 90 maybe, but Zarya Zalapsky and I forget the other dude we sent to Hartford. We got Ulf Samuelson, Ron Francis, and somebody else.
Ulf Samuelson. Rangers.
And then we won the cup shortly thereafter, like the next season or so.
Yeah, that was some fleecing there, sir.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think if there's another team that I was.
I was a team out. I'm not thinking about the Kings. I could care less. Dallas
they got
Stars.
Well, yeah. So you got Dallas/Minnesota.
Yeah.
You got Modano, Sergei Zubov, Yuri Lettinen, and Eddie Belfour.
Yeah. Eddie Belfour's on 2, right? Or is he just one?
No, because they got the three old guys: Makita Hall and Esposito and Kane.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But then Calgary is interesting too. You got Jerome McGinley, Al McInnes, Lanny McDonald, and Mika Kiprusoff. I'm sure there's got to be somebody else that should be there besides him. And then like St. Louis, you got Brett Hall, Al McInnes again, Chris Pronger, and Bernie Federico.
Chris Pronger, dang, what's the name? I haven't heard in a little while.
That dude was such a beast when he played.
Man.
6'6".
On skates, he looked like a fucking giant.
And he played mean too.
Oh boy!
No free rides in his corner.
Oh man, yeah. He puts you on the boards and leave you there.
Put you right in the crack of the glass.
Yeah. Come back for another shift. Yeah, still trying to whittle out. So
his elbows were like head height though. Most of the guys that played. So, and that's before they started calling all these shots to the head and all that stuff. So, yeah, it was a little bit different era when those guys played.
For sure.
I think they should do a Mount Rushmore of fighters for each team.
Yeah. It's funny. Like there would be 4. Like you could find 4 for every team that everybody knows.
I'm just thinking Philadelphia, St. Louis, Detroit, Toronto. I mean, Wendell Clark, Ty Domi. I mean, some bad dudes.
Yeah, he was
and his son is playing with what's his face?
Chicago,
correct.
Yeah. I feel bad for him because they're not very good.
Yeah. I feel bad for him because I figured growing up was a motherfucker. So that's what I thought. Like growing up was like, oh god damn shit. No, Dad, it was A.
His dad will. Oh my god! Like when him and Probert used to fight, man, go back and watch those on YouTube. It's not the greatest quality, but you want to talk about like a 4-minute fight of people just chucking them. I mean, just throwing to put the guy's teeth out of his mouth.
Yeah, well, that's what the sport was. I got no problem.
Yeah,
yes.
There's some
that's
good ones.
What the sport was, 100%.
No longer what it is, but.
Yeah, we're going to give you another minute on hockey, and then we're going to move on to college basketball. Mike Mills cannot be with us.
I said I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to take too much time. We got many more weeks to talk about it because we're getting in that doldrum area where we get to the All-Star break and then kind of for a little bit, and then trade deadline's coming up. A little bit after that. Yeah, and that's when stuff starts heating up.
But so far, it's Boston's world, and everybody else is.
And the Rangers are living in it right now.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Nothing, correct?
Yeah, I haven't sung yet, so it's only 2-0. You know what? I almost want to see who. I'm trying to think whose feed this is because I almost want to pull up some Jack Edwards so you guys can all get sick.
Jack Edwards. Yeah, you hate that dude. Yeah.
I don't hate him. I don't care for his announcing style. To say he's a homer is an understatement.
I mean, if you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just the whole Boston thing just remind me of a little video short clip I saw, and it was just from the other night. And I think Boston played Philly, and they drubbed them. It was 6-0. But Foligno got called for a penalty. And you know how they do the thing at center ice and they make the call or whatever?
Right.
And he come rolling up and the referee.
Yes, I saw that.
2 minutes, roughing. And he goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Beat his face in? right on the mic.
The mic was hot and he passed it by. That was classic. That was awesome, man.
And then the other one I saw was the referee's getting ready to call the guy skating up, and he goes like this. He goes, "Be careful what you say. I got the mic on."
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but that was excellent. He's like, "What do you want me to do? You want me to beat him up? Is that what you're telling me to do? You're going to give me a penalty for this?"
So please.
It was
Gotcha.
hilarious.
Let me move on to college basketball. Mike Mills was supposed to be here to do college basketball, but he got caught up with something, so he's unable to get with us today. I don't have much. Mike will come back and revisit it. I'm just going to do the AP top 10 real quick. Houston's 18-1, University of Houston. Kansas 16-2. Purdue, hey, my alma mater, they're number 3 in the nation.
Oh, please.
Alabama.
They can play basketball.
Yeah, right.
Alabama. Boy, y'all not going to let that bowl game go. Jeez. Alabama's number 4. UCLA's number 5. D-Dub's favorite team, another TCU. Gonzaga, number 6. Texas,
Anyway.
Xavier's number 8. Tennessee's 9. Virginia's 10. Arizona's 11. Iowa State, they had a big win against, I want to say, Kansas the other night. They are
12.
12, excuse me. Kansas State is 13. TCU, 14. Connecticut is 15. Auburn, 16. University of Miami is 17. Charleston, 18. Clemson's 19. And Marquette will round out the 20th spot. So,
hey,
go ahead.
Kev?
Yeah, go ahead.
The good thing, I mean, and I got to be honest, I haven't watched a freaking game this year, not one.
Yeah, we don't. First of all, let me put this disclaimer. We don't lie about here talking about we watched it. No, as I said, Mike Mills was going to come on here and say what he's going to say about college basketball because he's our college basketball guy. So, with that said, I probably watched one college basketball game. So we don't come on here lying talking about, we watched it. No.
Nope.
Go ahead,
I ain't got nothing for you.
So, I want to say that, I've been out really since my son stopped playing D1 ball, right? So, but it's good to see that there's a change, right? So there is some, right? So now, you got Houston. Kansas is still a blue blood, but Purdue they're good some years and not good. Alabama, SEC team. UCLA is an old school, used to be good, but they got some cats in that team I seen go. Gonzaga's usually there. They're just not there at the end. Texas is a good team. Xavier, Big East. Who would have thought, right? Tennessee, Virginia, Arizona. It's good to see that it's not just Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, whatever. So to me, at least, it's good for that. And big up to Houston. Little dude from Charlotte area, Rob Gray, was probably on their first good team. Going back some years, probably 2012, when they really started to rebuild that program. So it's good to see that they're doing what they do. I was at the Big 12, I guess. They are strong in basketball. At least I know where they put their money at, because they sure enough don't put it in defense on the football field. So it's good enough. I got no problem with that, man. Good stuff, man. Gotcha.
So, college basketball is in full swing. It's January. Games be coming up. As far as now, they should be playing conference rivals as we speak. And before you know it, it'll be March Madness and the field of 60. What is it? It's not even 64.
It's like 70, isn't it?
78, 2023.
Jesus Christ.
So
it's the top 100.
Yeah, everybody gets in.
Yeah, top 100 countdown.
Everybody gets in.
Yeah, 60-18 bracket.
Brought to you by Dick Clark.
Hey, Dick Clark. There you go. Everybody's in.
NBA, I don't have much for the NBA. NBA is doing the NBA.
I do.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, DA.
Listen,
DA has something on the NBA.
I like to see the Joker doing what he does. I wish he'd play some defense, but he doesn't. I wish we would. I think the East is probably, it looks really strong on the East side. Like, there's a lot of good teams in the East playing. My biggest problem, and I can't really go much further because I don't really watch many games here, at least whole games, beginning to end, because I've seen these kids play defense before. And when I watch dudes just move out the way and ole a guy to a layup, I'm not sure what I'm watching anymore. And this is where I think the NBA gets it wrong. And I will be very brief. And I will quote Jack, what's his name? Kellerman, that's his name? Kellerman on ESPN?
Max Kellerman.
Max.
He said Jack.
Right. Yeah, Max. Right, sorry.
Jack McGee?
I'm sorry. Yes,
Jack Kellerman. Yeah. Max
Kellerman. We won't get in trouble. We call him Jack, right? So Max Kellerman said, listen, you can have a sport on every corner. Baseball on one corner, basketball on one corner, football on one corner, and hockey on the other, right? And it can be all really good games on all four corners. And the fight breaks out in the middle of the street. Everybody's going to turn around, leave those games, and see the fight, right? My analogy is this. If both teams are not playing offense and defense, it's not a fight. So after a while, people will stop coming to watch it. You have to have the fight. So NBA, whether you believe it or not, people are going to stop watching because there's no fight, man.
All you do is come on every Thursday and talk about how bad the NBA is.
I shall continue to do that weekly. All right? The defensive scoring average in the NBA has gone up every year. In 2000, it was 102 points per game, and now it's 113 to 14 points per game. Yes, the guys are more skilled, they're bigger, fat, whatever you want to say, which is a lie, because they're not any bigger. Average height back in the days of 6'6", it's 6'6" today. All right? That's just what it is. Now, they may be more skilled or whatever you want to say, but why are they not more skilled in defense if they're more skilled?
Don't practice it. Don't practice it, they'll play it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If they practice it, they'll play it. This is the effort thing. And this is why, as a fan, we should be outraged. Because defense is effort. And they don't play defense. So they don't put in effort. For the money you're paying to be there every week, whatever games you're going to, or the NBA ticket or whatever. Yes, yes. I am down with Stan Van. Keep spitting. Spit, Dan. Stan. Keep spitting, Stan. Stan, spit on him.
So this is what DA is alluding to what Stan Van Gundy said. 90s, and I just put it here on the screen. 90s NBA teams had just a trainer and a strength coach. They practice more often, hard, and play more back-to-backs. Teams now have huge medical and performances, staffs, and values rest over practice. Yet injuries and games missed are way up.
Load management.
They used to fucking smoke cigarettes and play games and played 82 in the 70s on the plane with smokers.
You see more D at the YMCA than you do in the NBA.
Whoa.
That's right. YMCA D.
Dang.
LA Fitness D.
Nope. My man V-Lax says 90s players did not take games off. Nope.
Sure
But they did smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
Still play. I remember Marvin Webster had a ace bandage on his whole goddamn body. I thought he was a fucking mummy. He scared the shit out of me. All right? In the game, couldn't bend his knees. Ball went out of bounds, he had to crawl to it. Come on, man. These dudes are clowns. And you got some dudes saying to me, listen here, oh, and this feels good because I'm going to break the most coveted record in the sport of basketball. No, it's not. Because if it was, everybody else would play 20 years to break the goddamn record. All right?
Well,
Titles, man. Dudes quit. You win 5, 6 titles, you quit. Yeah, I got 5 titles. Yo, you only played 5 years. Oh, that's enough for me to get in the Hall of fucking Fame.
Well, it's not a team game. It's not a team game anymore. It's a me game.
Yeah, well, I don't have 100%. To play 30 years to get the damn scoring title. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm 35. I quit.
Because it's all this fantasy bullshit. That's why I quit playing fantasy stuff. Because you quit caring about teams. You just worry about what your player does, and then you got your players. All they're worried about is what their stats are.
I'm gonna say. Well, I'm gonna say even before fantasy, I just think now more casual fans are more fans of players than of teams. That is a whole fact, especially with the National Basketball Association.
I never even knew what that meant. You know, we said in the 80s when you was a player, when you was a fan of a player, right? Get off his sack.
Yeah, we would say that absolutely.
Yes, that was it. So
VLAC is right. The NBA changed the rules right when we don't say that. Hey, VLAC, we don't say this person's name. We call him Buddy. When Buddy came into the league to cater to the offense, no hand checking, etc. You're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right. And this is why we can't. This is why I can't even talk about trade stuff and actual games, because we always come back to this point, even to where our N.B.A. contributor, Ryan D'Souza, came on last week. And Ryan, I didn't tell Ryan what to say. I don't tell Ryan what to say. Ryan comes on and he says what he wants to say because he's the NBA guy. And he came in and he did what? He said the same thing we were saying tonight.
I actually paid Ryan myself to say that.
I don't care what you said. It's a hard watch sometimes. It's a hard watch. Going up and down, not playing defense. It's like ping pong. After a while, man.
Where's the fight, man? For real, like where's the fight at? I don't need you to fight in the game, but where's the fight? Like, you just can't walk up and lay a dude and it's okay. You're even trying to block it?
It's like watching the All-Star game 82 times a
year. Oh, God. Thank you, Dan. I have to go. Good night.
Yeah, that's a curse there, Dan. That's cursing there, Daniel.
That's
100%. Dan.
Yeah. Toxic Dan.
Tell me I'm wrong.
We got it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, we're not
100% fact. That's right.
Yo,
I ain't got no words for it, bro. I ain't got nothing.
We got it. Let's ping
pong. They both can be right, Dan. You can be talking facts and still be toxic. Shit.
Let's transition. Let's transition back to the NFL. Let's transition. Go ahead. Dan,
I was just gonna say, for load management purposes, can I take this section off?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. You got it, man.
I mean, back in the knees. Back in the knees to get me.
Thank God for the XFL starting this year.
Ooh, man.
Give me something else to watch.
Let's go to this. Jacksonville versus Kansas City. Jacksonville versus Kansas City. Jacksonville with a great comeback victory against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers, y'all need to go back to San Diego. Y'all the sixth fiddle team in LA anyway, so I don't even know why y'all playing. Let me get this my opinion on this game. Kansas City is going to be too much for Jacksonville. I think this is over for Jacksonville. Kansas City's offense is really, really, really good. The defense, suspect at times, but Kansas City should prevail. I'm looking at 31-21 with Mahomes throwing a couple of TDs. And, Jacksonville playing good, but not good enough. I'll pass it to D-Dub. D-Dub, who you got in this game?
Yeah, the slipper comes off, man. They turn back into the pumpkin. Kansas City wins this by all, Jacksonville's good, but, they're playing good. I don't think they got enough offensive power to get past Kansas City. Kansas City with the W.
Gotcha. The hockey guy, the toxic Dan. Who are you tonight?
Toxic.
Your thoughts on this game, man? Yeah, we got. I gotta call the dude up and do a whole another intro.
TOX.
I do love the fact that he left DA with the explicit language part.
Yes.
Somehow that still found its way in there. Sorry,
I'm trying, Mom. I'm trying.
I'm just the hockey guy. I don't know shit about football, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just because I just think it's possible that Kansas City's overlooking this game to who they're gonna play next, and I think it's gonna be a close one. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go Jacksonville, like 24-23.
Okay, got you. DA, who you got in this game, sir?
Oh, Jacksonville, because Kansas City's defense ain't shit.
Oh, you didn't see that video I sent you, huh?
They're horrible. That defense horrible.
No, you didn't see that video I sent you.
Oh no, I didn't.
About the spread.
Is good? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
you said this game.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay, go ahead. Don't say it, and we'll see.
Yeah, just send it to Dan. Okay. Dan will say it. Fuck.
Yeah. Was it a bunch of traffic cones?
He said no. He said that the league is faxed with an I instead of an A.
Oh, but interesting you say that because it was funny that I saw on the McAfee show where they interviewed Lawrence right after the game, and he goes, "Oh, you couldn't write a better script." Really? I mean, if the Chargers weren't that bad in the second half, there wouldn't be a story there. But they apparently
that's another story for the summer, though, Dan. So what happened with that was that happened, and then now Peyton is like, where's he going to coach at? Because that was the job they said he wanted. Everybody wanted him there.
Facts.
He's not going to Dallas. No one wants to go to Houston. So I guess Peyton will be back on TV. Is that it?
I bet Carolina.
Oh yeah.
They ain't gonna pay him.
It's too much for him. He's not going to take that cheap roster shit that they do in Carolina now. So
nah. Well, kind of this was on the agenda thing about the officiating. So just to kind of get into what we were talking about with the facts portion of the show, I did see where was it on Roethlisberger's football one that they were talking when we played Cleveland the last game in 99. I can't think of his name right now, but grabbed Watson, twisted his head, pulled him by the face mask. Two referees staring right at it. Neither one threw a flag. And literally his head went to, where a direction your head's, not where it's supposed to be. And then it wasn't not much long after that. Hayward, he sacks him. I mean, the only other thing he could have done was made the bed for him and laid him down gently and tucked him in because it was nowhere near where he landed on him. He threw him down. He just tackled the dude. And then it was the magic flag. And then you had the Bosa incident where the referee chased him down the goat him into saying
that was awful.
Yes.
That dude, referee ain't supposed to have no ego, man. You're just supposed to all right, my man, go ahead, say about it. I mean, let's short of them putting their hands on you, man, whatever.
Yeah, whatever he said, who cares? I mean, you're not there to take shit personal. You're just supposed to make the calls. And when it reminds me of the jackass that's in baseball.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
What the hell's his name?
Oh,
He's Hernandez.
Hey! I know some of his folks down this way, man. But yeah, he's awful.
Don't care. He's terrible. It's like Mr. Magoo back there. That thing could be in the dirt.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, he's pretty bad, man. Go ahead, Dan.
No, that's all.
Okay, gotcha.
This how you get these phantom flags that change the course of the game.
And thank God that roughing the passer that the Giants got the other day was awful, but it didn't cost them.
But yeah, that was a bad call for one of the Giants. I forgot when he got hit with the Lawrence when he got hit with the roughing the passer. It was nonsense. All he did was spin him around.
Yeah, and he landed on him.
Yeah,
the quarterback actually, Cousins landed on him. So,
I'm with Lackey. He says give the quarterbacks flags on their waist. Absolutely, because it's getting to that point.
Put skirts on.
I get it. You're trying to protect the quarterback, but geez, man, it's you got to give the defensive players a chance. And that's why scoring is the way it is. And that's why, to me, in my opinion, that's why it's so much easier to come back in the NFL. And that's why the angry one said on 4th and Short on Monday, hey, if I'm a team, I'm up by 30, I'm looking to keep scoring because I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You got to just, I mean, sportsmanship. Man, this is professional football. They get paid millions of fucking dollars.
Yeah.
I'd rather bury them and be able to watch the fourth quarter than have to play a tight game and then lose and have the Chargers, their season's ended on that.
The sportsmanship is kind of gone, especially when you're playing for this type of money and you're getting paid. That is kind of out the window. But who am I?
True that.
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game. Yeah, Rangers gonna lose this game.
Ooh, and you're on the penalty kill too.
Let's go on to the 8:15 game. My New York Giants travel to South Philadelphia to face the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are the best of the National Football Conference of the NFC. They got the bye. Giants are currently 4.5-point underdogs against the Eagles. I'm thinking, and I'm believing, and I'm picking the Giants to win this game 24-17. Yep. Giants going to run the ball, control the ball. That last game they played against the Eagles a couple weeks ago, Giants didn't have nothing to play for. And the Jalen Hurts, he's just coming back from injury. So we'll see. D-Dub, what's the Giants going to do, my friend?
22-17. I think the Giants can win this game. But the Eagles has been the best team all year in the division. But normally I would go with Philadelphia. I would probably go with Philadelphia. But the Giants played really, 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 really well. I think if they ball control and hold Hurts off the field and do run the ball. Run the ball.
Not Daniel Jones running the ball.
Yeah. I don't need Daniel. Yeah.
No, we don't need that.
But if he has to, do what you got to do. But I would just keep this guy off the field. Keep Jalen Hurts off the field as much as you can. And I think that this is a winnable game for the Giants. This is not going to be
divisional
here. Saying they're going to get blown out. I don't think it's a blowout game. I think it's a close game. And Giants can. It's a game the Giants can win. So I'm going to pick them.
Gotcha. DA, who you got, sir? This game, the Giants and the Eagles.
Philly.
Okay.
Philly. Giants, man, played a good season. Got a good team. But like your strengths, I think butt up against their strengths. And unfortunately for you guys, they are getting healthy right now. So the part of their defense that was lacking the last few weeks was their run defense, and they didn't even play Jordan the last 2 weeks. He's been healthy, coming back from the injury. So they got Jordan, and Ndamukong Suh, and another old school D tackle in the middle, man. So they're going to be pretty stout against the run, which is the part of that they were lacking in the last few weeks based on them being unhealthy, and now they're getting healthy. So I can see that part. You have to beat them throwing the ball, and I don't think that's going to happen. So that's why I take Philadelphia.
Gotcha. Dan, who you got?
All right, before I get into this, D-Dub, give me the breakdown how you got to 22 points.
extra, 2-point conversion, bro.
Okay. I mean, that was just, usually
That's a
it's,
wild number, right? 22.
yeah,
How do you
it's
get
like usually
22?
21, 23, 24. It just threw me off there. I was just
22.
curious. This game, in my opinion, has the potential to probably be the best game of the entire weekend. Because the thing of Philly, Hurts is coming back. He's getting over an injury. But just like Kansas City, I think you get to that point where you had that week off. And does that help you? It gets you healthier, but do you come out flat?
Right.
Or do you come out executing like you've been all year? That's the big if in this game for me is how does Philly come out? But they're both very similar. They both got quarterbacks that can run. They both can move the football. And like, I'm just going to go with Philly just because they've had the better year and they're playing at home.
Yeah, I can see.
But this could go either way. And like I said, I think this might be the best game of the weekend.
Gotcha.
I hope so.
We got the two Giant fans picking the Giants, and you got the Steeler fans picking the Eagles, and you got the Niners fans picking the Eagles. So should be a good game. I'm just hoping for a really good game on Saturday night. That game's at 8:15. The Giants and the Eagles. Let me go to the next game before we get on out of here. The Cincinnati Bengals face the Buffalo Bills. Bills beat the Miami Dolphins last week. I think they should have handled them a little bit more, but they let the Dolphins stay in the game. But the Bills were able to pull it out. The Bengals needed a 94-yard scoop and score from their lineman on a goal line defensive play for them to win their wild card game. This game is going to be close. I think the Bills secondary leaves to me much to be desired. I think Joe Cool will go into Buffalo. I think they're going to win this game 28-24. 28-24. DA, I'm going to pass it to you on this game. Go ahead, sir.
This will be real quick, man. Cincinnati going to blow them out. I'm telling you, I was not impressed with Buffalo, and their defense is not that good. I'm telling you. I'm not saying Cincinnati's is, but there are more ways that Cincinnati can beat you up because they have running backs, they have a tight end, and they have receivers that can get at you. They have more weapons. That's all. And like I said, Buffalo relies on Josh too much to do too many things. So I'm out.
Gotcha. Dan?
Yeah, I know a lot was made of, the Bengals squeaking by Baltimore, but as a fan of the NFC or AFC North and know how those games always go, even if it's Cleveland when they had Johnny Manziel, it's still a tough out to beat those teams. Mm-hmm. So I didn't read a whole lot into them. My big question is was it the blindside tackle for Burrow that got hurt? I believe his knee or something.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So is he healthy, and do they have enough healthy linemen to be able to protect him and be able to run the football? But I'm with DA. Buffalo showed me nothing against Miami. They just, I don't know. Their defense is, they're not going to win a championship with that defense. Let's put it that way. And I think it'll be close for a lot of the game. And I don't know. Cincinnati's going to beat them. By how much and what the score is, I'm not sure. But I would venture to say anywhere from like 24 to 28, points for Cincinnati and maybe 21 for Buffalo.
Gotcha. D-Dub, who you got?
Yeah, I'm looking at this game, 3:00 game in Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo to win this game. I think Cincinnati's the whole offensive line is, I believe, is in some type of has some type of injury or something.
Yeah, used to that though.
Yeah, that may be the case, but I don't know. It just depends. Yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo here, man. I can't really a score for you. I mean, Buffalo did not show us nothing. Neither one of these teams really. So I mean, something's got to give. I'm going to take Buffalo. Buffalo's been, you know, riding the wave and been doing their thing for, So I'm going to go Buffalo here.
Okay. Gotcha. And then we're gonna move on to the last game of the divisional play weekend. We got, and that game's at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Santa Clara to face the San Francisco 49ers. I'm gonna pass this one to DA. This is his team, the Niners. Who you got, DA?
Us. Pretty simple. Us.
Us. You're gonna elaborate on us?
We're going to play defense and run the ball. We're going to keep Dak off the field. I think my team is going to come out hard this weekend. I think they're going to feel disrespected. We are the favorite, but all week, no one talked about us at all. So it's all about what the Cowboys going to do, what their defense going to do, what Dak going to do, what he need to do. Do.
That's what they
But
are.
the Cowboys will only have 6 days of rest, and the Niners will have 8.
Hey,
That
they, get
is
paid. They got paid for their 6 days. Come to work. That's all. Come to work and play, fellas. That's all it is. You got paid like we got paid. Come on into work and let's do what we do. That's all. That is it, man. That's it for me. I'm gonna let the defense play, and hopefully we can do what we do all year. Same thing we did all year. That's all. That's all.
Gotcha. I'm picking the Niners. The Cowboys, as I reiterated earlier, the Cowboys played a squad that was 8-9 and was the best of the worst as far as divisions go in the NFL this year. Niners will win this game. Yes, sir. They will. Their Cowboys are playing a better game. I mean, a better team. And the Niners will show them that they are superior than that. They will run the ball. They play defense. They will get after Dak. Dak didn't have to face no pass rush or no pass rush last week. None.
That was free. That was actually a free game for Dak Prescott.
Oh, I mean, that was absolutely. He wore a red shirt.
I mean, really, he did. It was absolute. It was absolute practice. That had to be the easiest first round team that Dallas has went through, and I think it all come crashing down on Sunday.
Yep.
And, yeah. The Niners are tough. Purdy looks Purdy, and the Niners are tough. Defense is tough.
Purdy 6-0, right?
You got Debo. What's my man? McCaffrey.
Yep.
I don't think Dallas has enough.
You got a lot of weapons, so
yeah. Dan, who you got? Niners, Cowboys.
Oh, like we were talked about earlier. Oh, how the false hope has risen. The star is not going anywhere. They're actually playing a football team this week.
There you go.
And they're playing in San Francisco. And if you look across the board at like all the skill positions on offense of both of these teams, the San Francisco by far has the better team. Now maybe CD Lamb is the exception, but other than that, it's favored completely towards San Francisco. And like, I think they're going to run the ball. Dallas, I'm not going to be on the field all that much. And you got Bosa and the boys coming after Dak. And there's going to be a lot of tears shed come Monday morning.
Oh, my God. My quarterback. That's my teammate.
Yeah.
I can't believe we lost.
The only bad thing that comes out of this is that Stephen A. doesn't like Dallas either. So that's the only bad thing that comes out of this.
Nope.
I'll pick at anybody that plays Dallas. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. Well, this whole panel has picked the Niners. Yeah. Cowboy fans, y'all are facing a real team this week.
Yeah.
So
this is as real as it gets.
This is real as it gets. So hopefully we can find you on Monday morning. V-Lac says San Francisco is the most complete, healthy team in the playoffs.
They'll be signing up for their tea times here shortly.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure. Hey, that's going to round up and end up our show this week. We're going to get to our parting shots real quick before we get on out of here. We'll start with the toxic one.
There you go.
It's his new name.
Love it. Bring it. First thing I want to say is, like, you guys know I like to play Call of Duty and kind of keep up with the competitive scene.
Yes.
And I just wanted to give out a shout out to Scump, Seth Abner, played for Optic Texas. He retired mid-season. Was it 2 days ago? I think it is. But he's been playing since he's probably like 15, and he's like the GOAT of Call of Duty. So best wishes to him and his future endeavors. Hopefully we'll see him stream a lot more. The dude is absolutely hilarious.
Really?
Let's get him on. Let's get him on the show.
We could try. But yeah, everybody be good. Shout out to Morris Jenkins. Appreciate you, boys.
Morris Jenkins.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That's all I got.
Gotcha. DA, what you got for us, bro? He was fired up tonight, bro.
Hey, man. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Hey, man, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, hey, man, that's it. Go ahead, D-Dog. What you got for us, brother?
Yo, I ain't got nothing for you, man. Thanks for joining us on the Sports Chasers podcast. Like, subscribe, share. Tell us what you like, don't like. It's been good. Had a good night. Everybody have a great week. Good week of football. Good weekend of football. So we'll see you back here Monday, 4th and short.
Dan, you had something. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I just thought of this while I was sitting here, and I see this one guy in our chat just lighting this shit up, putting all these comments in there. Love you, Lackey. Good job. I see this is an audition for our 15 minutes of fame right here.
Yeah, you can come on in.
Lackey, you got to come on, bro. You got to come on, man. Just come on through.
You got to let your wife give you your phone back so you can get on here, though.
Oh, Jesus.
God damn. Wow. There's explanation coming from that one.
I had to call his wife the other night so he could play Warzone with us.
Oh,
boy.
Oh, damn, Lackey. I'm sorry, bro.
Can Lackey play Warzone with us? He needs his controller.
Oh.
She's like, what the hell?
Whoa. Everybody knows this now.
Yeah,
like the whole freaking world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dan.
Hey. What'd he say it was?
Toxic Dan.
Toxic Dan.
Touche, brother.
Toxic Dan. Nah, Lackey, we appreciate you, bro. In the comments, man. Hey, by all means, if you want to come on and do your little 15 minutes of fame, as we call it, we have people come through. They talk whatever sports we like. We fit you in. Talk to Dan. Dan can kind of, call me, and we'll work it out, and we'll have you come on, and we'll talk whatever you want to talk about, hockey, whatever. As you can see, we're sports chasers for a reason. I'm just talking to everybody now, and we talk about all sports. We really do, and we're passionate about it, and this is what I love of what I do. I actually call Thursday nights and Mondays therapy session for me because I love to talk about sports, and not a debate show. Shout out to those that do debate, but we don't.
Hey,
and, go ahead.
One more thing, Kev. Deion Sanders flipped a 5-star cornerback today. Comani McLean from Miami. He's going to the Buffaloes.
Well, NIL money there, boy.
First of many.
Dang.
Shout out to Deion Sanders. Yeah.
He didn't stay home. The kid didn't stay. Wow. He didn't stay in state because that kid probably would have, if it wasn't for Deion, he would have stayed in state. So.
Yeah, because it's cold in Colorado. So.
Yeah.
Oh, they said it's not that cold. That's what they said.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Hey, man, I'm just reporting what they telling me. And
yeah, I've been out there. It's cold.
They said it's not that cold. It's a different type of cold.
Oh, no, it's cold. Yeah, well, maybe it is, but it is cold, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Getting back to the super fan segment. If you want to be a super fan, hey, go on our website, sportschaserspodcast.net. There's a guest form page. Fill it out. You can come through and fill out our little form here. Hey, you come through 15 minutes of fame, and you can talk sports with us, man. Hey, we got some other the real thing, real quick. We got the merchandise, the Sports Chasers merchandise. Check out what Dan got on his hat. Our hat, sweatsuits, sweatshirts, cups, mugs. Hey, this coming week, you will be able to go to our website. You will be able to go to our Instagram page, TikTok page, Facebook page, all social media pages, this YouTube page that you're on right now. Click on the Shopify button, and support us. T-shirts, hats, mugs, you name it. It's going to be on not name it all, but the basic stuff. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, mugs. For now, will be on there. Support us. We'll also be having a little money thing on here. Daryl, what's that called? When you put the I can't think of it right now.
Donation.
Well, Patreon.
Yeah, not Patreon, but a little donation button here in a second. We're working on getting that thing. Hey, support us so we can increase this production. If you've been rocking with us for the last 4 years, you notice how we came from from echoes on the microphone and it was sounding real crazy, not live, till now it's good, but we want it to be great doing this thing, man. So support us. That's what we're trying to do. Appreciate each and everyone that has tuned in on my Facebook page, on the Sports Chasers Facebook page, my Facebook page, on the website, on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate each and every one. I don't have anything heavy. A shout out to Mike Mills and the Angry One in their absence tonight. They couldn't be with us tonight. Like I said, I don't have anything heavy. I want everybody to enjoy their weekend. Good games of football this weekend. Enjoy it wherever you at. Be safe. Be careful. Remember, hey, just be a good person. Do some kind. Pay it forward this weekend.
And cost too much to don't pay it at all.
Nope.
That's right.
I do not have time for that story. Nope. Nope. Hey, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator. Dan, the toxic one, Danny Hockey Dude. The DA, Dorian Albritton, Darryl D. Del Warren, Mike Mills in his absence, James, the Angry One Warren. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great week and weekend. See y'all Monday on 4 for Sure. Peace.